This is Tapia Datta, working as a lecturer in Devi Mahalakshmi Polytechnic College. Today I am going to take a lecture on automatic gain control. Here we are going to see the basic concepts behind the automatic gain control. Then we are going to see the block diagram of AGC, and after that we are going to see the types of automatic gain control. So first we'll discuss about what do you mean by automatic gain control. So automatic gain control is a mechanism wherein the overall gain of the radio receiver is automatically varied according to the changing strength of the received signal. This is done to maintain the output at a constant level. If the gain is not varied as per the input signal, consider a stronger input signal, then the signal might probably be distorted with some of the amplifiers reaching saturation level. AGC is applied to the RF, IF and mixer stages, which also helps in improving the dynamic range of the receiver antenna to 60 to 100 dB by adjusting the gain of the various stages in the radio receiver. A DC bias voltage derived from the detector is applied to a selected number of the RF, IF and mixer stages. The devices used in those stages are ones whose transconductance and hence gain depends on the applied bias voltage or current. When the overall signal level increases, the value of the applied AGC bias increasing, leading to the decrease in the gain of the controlled stages. When there is no signal or signal with low value, there is minimum AGC bias which results in amplifier generating maximum gain. AGC facilitates tuning to varying signal strength stations, providing a constant output. AGC smoothens the amplitude variations of the input signal, and the gain control does not have to be recalibrated every time the receiver is tuned from station to station. An AGC which is not designed correctly can lead to considerable distortion to a smooth signal. AGC circuits are used in a wide range of applications, including AM receivers, for controlling weak and strong signals received by the receiver. The signal transmitted from the radio transmitter circuit gets attenuated due to the climatic conditions and hindrance caused by the trees. Now we'll discuss about the block diagram of AGC. The circuit uses two-stage amplification of the signals, first with a simple transistor amplifier and then with an op-amp based AGC amplifier. A condenser microphone is used at the input and a normal headset, that is a loudspeaker with volume controller feature, is used at the output. The entire system can be represented using the following block diagram. First is the microphone coupler. So the microphone coupler is a circuit which helps to couple out the weak audio signals generated at the microphone. There are different kinds of microphones used which have different working principle, but all of them have a diaphragm which vibrates according to the sound signals. As the diaphragm vibrates, the current flowing through the microphone varies according to the sound signals amplitude which made the diaphragm to vibrate. Here in this circuit, a condenser microphone is used. So this is the condenser microphone, and the varying current is made to flow through a resistor across which the equivalent voltage get generated due to the current flow. So resistor used is 10K. This voltage across the resistor will be having a DC voltage on to which the varying voltage gets added up. This varying voltage is separated out from the DC voltage with the help of a coupling capacitor and fed to the following amplifier circuit. So this is the coupling capacitor of 0.1 microfarad. With a condenser microphone, a 10K resistor and a 0.1 microfarad coupling capacitor is used in most of the circuits. Now next block is about voltage amplifier. So voltage amplifier is an amplifier with a fixed gain, and it is used to pre-amplify the audio signals from the microphone to the required level for the AGC amplifier circuit. The signals produced on the microphone, especially from the distant sound sources, will be very feeble and needs to be amplified several times before they can be applied to any other circuits. Here a single transistor based amplifier circuit is used to amplify the audio signals coupled out from the microphone. This circuit is designed to have extremely high gain so that the audio signals get amplified enough. The transistor is connected in a common emitter configuration, and fixed bias technique is used for biasing the transistor. As the value of the RC register increases, the gain of the circuit increases, and it should be taken care of that when there is no input signal present, the amplifier must be in the quiescent state, that is a Q state, which means in case of a transistor based circuit, the output voltage without any input signal should be exactly the half of the total supply voltage. Next is the voltage and that is amplifier plus AGC. This circuit uses a normal op-amp based negative feedback amplifier with an extra feedback network on its positive input pin. Normally the gain of a negative feedback amplifier is fixed by the feedback resistance on its negative input pin. But since this circuit has a feedback network connected to the positive pin input pin, the gain depends on that circuit also. The feedback network on the positive pin includes mainly a FET, which acts like a voltage varying resistor, a transistor to drive that FET, and a RC filter circuit that generates the varying gate voltage for the FET according to the varying signal strength at the output of the op-amp. So this is all about your block diagram of AGC. Now let's just take a minute and try to answer these questions. In AGC of the AM receiver, which of the following is correct? Is present? Which part of the AGC couple out the weak audio signals, and a voltage amplifier has a fixed gain, whether it is true or false? I hope you got the answer. So in AGC of the AM receiver, the gain of the receiver is adjusted. Gain adjustment depends upon the strength of the received signal, and the output provided is a DC voltage. The answer is all of the above. Which part of the AGC couple out the weak audio signal, that is microphone coupler, and voltage amplifier has a fixed gain? Yeah, this is true. So these are the answer DBA. Now let's just move forward and talk about the types of AGC. So types of AGC are simple AGC and delayed AGC. First we will discuss about the simple AGC. So simple AGC is a system by means of which overall gain of a radio receiver is varied automatically with the changing strength of the receiver signal to keep the output substantially constant. Hence the receiver gain is automatically reduced as the input signal becomes more and more strong. There is a reduction in gain for weak signals. It is used in domestic radio receiver. In simple AGC, the gain control mechanism is active for high as well as low value of carrier voltage. It is implemented in the form of a circuit which extracts the DC offset voltage which is present along with the demodulated message. This voltage is fed as degenerative or negative feedback to the control the gain of super heterodyne receivers. Next is delayed AGC. So in delayed AGC, the AGC remains inoperative below a predetermined input carrier voltage. The received signal strength is below the predetermined level. It is considered a weak signal. The AGC bias voltage is applied to the RF and IF amplifiers only if the level or input carrier voltage goes above this predetermined level. In other words, the AGC is delayed in applying the bias voltage to the amplifiers and the bias voltage to the amplifier for a certain predetermined level. In delayed AGC, the output of the last IF amplifier, which is the second IF amplifier, which is taken through a coupling capacitor CC. This is applied to a diode D1. The cathode of the diode D1 is provided with a positive DC voltage and that is VDC through a variable resistor R. This sets the predetermined level up to which the AGC is not to be applied. The cathode of the diode D1 is provided with a positive DC voltage. If the received signal is weak, the anode voltage of the diode is less than the cathode voltage and it is reverse biased. This results in the diode not conducting. In this case, diode does not conduct. The received signal goes to R1, R2 and C1 networks. This is an AC signal and passes through C1. Thus, no DC voltage is available for AGC and the amplifiers operate at their usual gains. So when a strong signal is received, the anode voltage goes above the cathode voltage of the diode and the diode starts conducting. The signal passed to the capacitor C1 in this condition and gets negative peaks and filters them. This results in a constant negative voltage which is used as a delayed AGC and applied to the RF and IF amplifiers. The variable resistor R can adjust the level of delay AGC. If a weak signal is received, then the operator can adjust it so that no AGC is applied. Now let's just take a minute and try to answer these questions. In delayed AGC, the AGC remains dashed below a predetermined input carrier voltage. The diode detected in a AM radio receiver is found in which stage? And in simple AGC, there is a reduction in gain for weak signals, whether it is true or false. I hope you got the answers. So in delayed AGC, the AGC remains inoperative below a predetermined input carrier voltage. The diode detected in a AM radio receiver is found after several stages of amplification. And in simple AGC, there is a reduction in gain for weak signal. So this is true. So these are the answers B, C, A. I hope you have understood the concept of automatic gain control and its types. Thank you.